Princess Sarissa back, and back here in the ship's graveyard, showing off this enemy, the Mind Flusher. He's the one on the top there. He looks pretty scary. He's like a skull that's screaming his own face off. No elemental weaknesses, so just hit it with whatever you want. I'm just showing off this enemy it's kind of a rare monster, so didn't encounter it, but went back here, farmed it a little bit, managed to find it. I had better luck finding it inside, so I found it in the room where I got the world map, so I'm just gonna, off-screen, getting back out, side to where the ship was at. And speaking of the world map, here's the world map. We press the Y button with that little cross there in the upper right. And we're heading south. There's a village down here to the south, Carwin. And that's where we want to head to. First we have this new enemy, the Toa. They hit pretty hard, but weak against ice, so just hit them with an ice spell and they'll be easy to take care of. I don't know why I hit it with a fire there. I just hit the wrong, selected the wrong spell. So, we're hitting the button too fast, but it's okay. We managed to finish him off before he got, another attack in. So there's quite a few new enemies in this area. We'll be catching them all. So, they're like Pokemon. But, we'll be showing them all off. And there's our village of Carwin. And, let's go talk with some of the people here, find out what's going on. There's a few good treasures in here we want to get. What? You came from the ship graveyard. You're not really ghosts, are you? Nope. We're not ghosts. That's all we need to stay at this inn and go for a nap. Yep. Heal ourselves up because we have another dungeon coming up. Yep, got another dungeon here coming up, so I want to make sure we heal ourselves up for it. But first we gotta go through all this town and get a whole bunch of information. There's a bunch of keyword trigger sequences that we have to triggers that we have to get in order to progress into this next dungeon. And so we'll just talk with all the people here and trigger these events coming up. There's a really good item that we want to get here. I'll point it out. But let's get this guy who's running really fast. The purple flower that blooms on North Mountain are poisonous. That's going to be important to know because when the next dungeon has all those purple flowers, if you step on them, you automatically become poisoned. So, sell off a bunch of equipment here. I want a few daggers from some skeletons back in the ship's graveyard. Now, because we don't have white mages, I want to buy a bunch of status curing items here, probably about 10 of each, because some of the enemies in the new area, the next dungeon coming up, they can inflict some status ailments on us. So we're gonna just pick up a few things, antidotes for poisons. We're guaranteed to get poisoned in the next area, so you have to want to have at least one antidote. In case you had to use some of the antidotes that we found in the ship's graveyard. Mallets, they heal the mini status, gold needles, the petrification status, and the maiden's kiss, that cures the toad status. So we want to pick up all those status curing items. And now we're just going to wander around. We get a small upgrade to our equipment, armor. 50 years ago, most of the Windrakes were killed in the war. The one in Tycoon is the only one left. Okay. That's the one that Lena's father, the King Tycoon, was riding at the beginning of the game. So we're going to in here, we can update our leather armor for cotton robes. So we want to get 4 of them. Has a little bit better defense. Every little bit counts. So just equip it up there. So give everybody their cotton robes. And even though it has better defense, we're still going to keep our characters in the back row. I don't think any of our characters are ever going to go up to the front row, so. And nothing new here, no new items for us to get. But we will get a new type of rod. There is a treasure rod in this area. We'll point it out. Get some new spells as well, but there's only one spell here, but it's very important that we do pick it up. That is the sleep spell. One of the bosses coming up is susceptible to the sleep spell, so we want to pick it up, and there's quite a few bosses later on. They're also susceptible to sleep, so... And in one of these barrels to the right there, we got some treasure. There we go, another antidote. Lizards and other hibernating animals can't stand the cold. This town has the finest port in the world, though that doesn't mean much now that ships can't sail. The kingdom of Warus is south of here, beyond... And, it went a little fast there, but basically, she said that the, Warus has the water crystal. And it's across the ocean, and we haven't got Syldra either, so we can't take a boat, because there's no boats coming from this town to Warus. Syldra's gone. Ferris, I'm sorry. Whiskers, you have any idea? No ships, so we can't go by sea. So if we can't go by land or sea, then... Since there aren't any ships, you can't get to Warus. Man, so much for the glorious age of sea travel. And now, we're going to get this dialogue a lot when we talk to a lot of these people, so... Yep. And we're going to head down here. It's kind of a... You can't really see what's going on, but, you have to go... There's a little secret passageway by those crates. I got a little lost here, but we'll find it there. Yeah, we want to get down to the bottom there, because in this crate at the very bottom we got the frost rod. It's a stronger rod. You can break the rod, and it casts an Ice 3 spell, but we're just going to equip the rod, because when you equip an elemental rod, it increases the power of that spell. So eventually we're going to have a frost rod, an ice rod, and a fire rod. The wind's too weak, so there ain't no ship sailing. Now, behind this guy, but he's going to be here for a long, long time, there's a hidden treasure back there in one of those barrels, but we can't get to it. So I'm just going to put that in the notes to remind myself to come back here much, much later. And now this guy says he saw a windrake up north in the mountain. He got all nettled, and now he's having himself a sulk upstairs in the pub. So let's head on into the pub, but before we go upstairs to talk with the guy, let's talk to these people. I hear there's dragon grass up on the North Mountain, but there's poison grass up there, choking it out. Knights do it two-handed, hick. And that's just oh, did you get your hands on a world map? Once you're outside of town, you can press the Y button to look at it. And that two-handed thing is just, what he mentioned, the knight can equip a sword in two hands, and then he deals more damage with the sword. And hey, look, we got a hidden passage. We want to go this way, because there's some treasure back here. Get some money. And this guy says something. Did you hear a meteorite fell near Tycoon? Too bad it didn't land on my mother-in-law. That's not very nice. But that one guy who's walking around, he said that, he mentioned that the dragon grass and the dragon up north can fetch a pretty penny. Remember that for a little bit later, minions. And now we have our second piano. We want to play the piano. It's not going to do our party any good, but if you have a bard, like I said, you want to be able to play all the pianos so that you master the piano, and that'll inspire a bard future in the game to teach you a new song. But we're doing 100%, so we're going to get all the pianos. And here's that guy who saw the dragon. I saw it up at the North Mountain, flying around. It was a dragon, sure as I live. What kind of dragon? Was it tamed? What did it look like? Looked dragon-like. It was wearing some sort of armor, as I recall. Could have been a real live windrake. How are you? Father's windrake is on the North Mountain. What? Why would it be there? On North Mountain grows a plant called dragon grass. It's the only substance that can heal a windrake's wound. It must be hurt. Windrake, huh? Say, Bart, since land and sea are out, we should take to the air. We could ride to Warus on Hyrule. That's the ticket. Now, let's get moving to the North Mountain. Alright, so now we know where we gotta go. We gotta head to the North Mountain. And, remember there's poison grass up there. So we don't want to step on that, you'll see the grass. It's pretty easy to make out. So now I'm going to equip the Frost Rod on, Lena. And you'll notice, when we get into a battle, her frost spells will do much, much more damage. Each elemental rod boosts the elemental power of the element that matches it. So if we get a fire rod, it'll make the fire spell more powerful. A lightning rod will make the lightning spell more powerful. And then poison rod makes poison more powerful. And here we have two new enemies, the Gatling and the Bighorns. The Gatlings are like the porcupines in the front, and you'll see, you'll show off the thing here. Fire did 55, and then the ice did 95. And even if we use ice with another character, it only does, 50. So I see it boosts the elemental property of the rod. So Lena's ice spells are going to be really good. Now the Bighorns can run away from you, so you can put them to sleep. That way you can, they won't run away because they're sleeping. So that's one use of our sleep spell. We can put the Bighorn to sleep and then take him out there. But that's not the real reason we got the sleep spell. No, it wasn't just for that little Bighorn. A little Bighorn. It's because it's where Custer made his last stand. Little Bighorn. Alrighty. And now here on the North Mountain, another short little dungeon. We've got some new enemies. Well, 4 new type enemies that we're going to run into here. I was going to try to get him in a smaller battle, so I want to get this treasure chest down here first. Another Phoenix down. That revives a character that's been knocked out. So, like the mythical Phoenix that rises from the ashes, it's a down. It's like a piece of the Phoenix's feather. So first we have in the front, we have the rock slugs, weak against fire. So we'll just cast some fire on them. And then once they're taken care of, we'll get the information about the headstones there. So we take out the rock slugs, and now we just have the headstones. And the headstones here, they are weak versus lightning. So just hit him with a bolt spell, take him out. And if you had a thief, you can steal those silver glasses, and they're an accessory, like where the leather shoes are, and they prevent you from getting blinded. So you won't have to worry about eye drops if you had them. So, and just heal ourselves up here. We took a little bit of damage. And I made a boo-boo here, minions. I forgot that treasure chest down there. So I'm gonna head back in here. It just costs a few seconds. Maybe a battle. But I'm gonna go down here and get another gold needle that cures the petrification status. And then we're gonna head outside here. Anywhere that's nice and green, that's not the poisonous grass. In a few more screens, that's when we'll see where the poisonous grass is. As long as it's pretty easy to avoid, it can only be difficult to avoid if you have like a thief, because a thief can run, and so sometimes it's a little harder to control your character when they're running. So, yeah, near the new enemy, the Gale cat. It's like a Gaelic cat. It's like a Caitse. It's like a mythical cat. It's like Scottish. So, this dungeon is kind of short. We're about halfway there. And once we leave here, this is where we're going to see that poison grass. So you see these little flowers, these little purple flowers? You don't want to step on them. If you step on them purple flowers, your characters will all be poisoned. So we want to avoid stepping on them. Like I said, as long as you're going really slow, they're pretty easy to avoid. And here we have our final enemy in the area, the cockatrice. Like the mythical cockatrice, this one can turn you into stone. So that's why we stocked up on our gold needles, but we were lucky we only ran into one of them, and we were able to take it out pretty quickly. So, oh, hit the wrong side there. It's a good thing I didn't hit the wrong button and step into the thing. So we got to the save point, and usually what a save point means is there's a boss time coming up. So this boss that we have coming up here, this is the reason why I mentioned earlier that you're guaranteed to get poisoned when you get to this in this dungeon. So it's important that you have at least one antidote. So I'm just going to save up here and head on over and Gonna walk over here and... Hey, there's a helmet. Father's helmet. Now, the interesting thing is now we're going to have a Mythril helmet in our inventory. So, yeah, we're going to get that free helmet, so... And, Lena got hit by a poisoned arrow. Oh, ho, ho! I came here after that winddrake, but seems like I've caught something more valuable. What? You'd hunt a winddrake? Of course! The horn fetched quite a high price on the black market. And I see you've caught no less than the Princess of Tycoon. Yes, you'll make a lovely souvenir for my husband. Let her go, you addle-padded, foul-complexioned scofflaw. That's a weird insult. And now Faris jumps and almost makes it over, and uh-oh. Oh, no. She's gonna slip. Oh, no! Faris! Oops, I guess he slipped. Pity. What? Yes, Lena was struck by that poison arrow, so now she is poisoned. You'll see when we start the battle. She's actually in the poison status. Good thing Faris had the rope. Now everybody can cross. Lena, hang on. Oh, annoying little twerp's ruining my plans. Fine, it just means I'll have to crush all four of you. Here we have our boss, Magissa. If you take Magissa out very quickly, you can break the ice rod and finish her in one hit. Or you can just hammer away on her with all your spells. You'll notice what I'm going to do is I'm going to hammer away until she's about like 1 or 2 spells away from being defeated. And I'm just going to stop casting spells, because after a certain amount of time, she's going to call her husband. Remember she mentioned about she'll make a good price for my husband, the princess? So we want to encounter her husband because, like I said, I want to fill out, show off all the monsters. So, Lena there is poisoned because remember she was struck by the poison arrow. So, might as well just heal her up. And now she calls her husband Forza. He's a little bit stronger. He hits much harder than she does. He's more physical because look, he's all buff and he's really strong. She casts magic. She casts that arrow spell. She casts lightning on us the first turn, and she can also cast a drain spell, which drains your life and gives it back to her. So she's more magical. Forza is more physical. But the good thing about Forza is he can be put to sleep. That's one of the reasons why we got the sleep spell. So even though he hits really hard, as long as every so often we cast a sleep spell on him, we can basically put him in like a stun lock where he's asleep. And the way sleep works is the person is going to stay asleep for a set amount of time or until you hit them with a physical attack. So as long as we don't hit him with a physical attack, he's not going to wake up. And by casting sleep every so often on him, we'll ensure that even if he wakes up because of the passage of time, he's not going to get a turn. So, yeah, sleep just locks him down, and just an easy battle. He doesn't give any experience or gold, so there's no reason to really, if you want to take him out really quick. The only thing you get from beating him is, obviously, filling out all the monsters, and he does drop a hero drink, which is something a chemist can drink. It basically raises all the stats of the character. Chemist is actually a class that we will use in this game. It's one of the assigned classes that I got, but I'm not going to get that class for much, much later in the game. So here we are. We took out Forza and Magissa, and we got their whip. That'll be good for our Beastmaster class that we get much later. So, and now we've taken out the thing, and now we got to go find the Windrake. And we got a whole bunch of poison flowers, and there's a drake. He looks hurt. And notice up there in the upper right, there's like a weird piece of grass. Hiru, don't worry, I'll take care of you. And Lena, she walks through the poison grass so that she can get the dragon grass to heal you. So, oh, that was nice. She put herself in danger to save the animal. Aw, what a good girl. What a nice princess. Give the dragon grass to heal you. And she gives the grass to the dragon, and now he eats it. And he's going to be a good boy, and he's going to heal Lena. So, it's like, you scratch My back, I'll scratch yours. My stars and garters, you're out of your gourd, young lady. That was insane. And now he gives her a kiss, licks her, and that tongue licking cures the poison from her. Lettuce poisoning is cured. Here are you, thank you. Looks like you're both hale and hearty again. Let's saddle up. Actually, I don't really like heights. They're gonna laugh at him. Aw, what's so funny? Your face, kiddo. Anyway, get on. And like the Hiryu, the Wyvern of Final Fantasy II, 4 people can ride on this Hiryu. And now we're able to take to the air. And then we're going to be able to head down to Warus and check out the water crystal. But before we go to see the water crystal, let's head back to Tycoon and let him know that the Drake is okay. So see you next time, minions. Bye!